And you look at the Big Ten right now, Purdue at the top and playing well. They would still have just the single loss in a conference that is looking a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be, Bob. I was talking about this yesterday, but you can go all the way down to Minnesota, maybe Maryland, but other than that, there's not a team that cannot beat another team in this conference now.
Yeah,
And I was like, wow.
it's not very top heavy. And look, I think Purdue's a wonderful team, and they're going to probably get a number one seed in the NCAA tournament. But I don't see Purdue as being a dominant team. I think for pure talent, Purdue was better last year than they are this year for pure talent. I mean, when you've got Jaden Ivey, who went fifth, I think, or sixth, I can't remember now. But no, sixth was Matherin, so he would have gone fourth or fifth.
Yep.
And Travion Williams, et cetera, et cetera. I thought somebody was asking me, I'm doing a mailbag for Friday, which is a way a columnist gets around not doing a real column. And somebody was asking me if this team is more talented. No, I mean, last year's team was more talented, and certainly the Robbie Hummel, Jawan Johnson, each one more teams were more talented.
They had more experience too.
Well, yeah, but they ran into bad luck with injuries, as Purdue often does that time of year.
Yeah, but they're not so this year. But the Big Ten is not like you said, not top heavy at all. But man, oh man, does it go down deep? And even Indiana with their last game against Wisconsin, seemingly to get things back together. We'll find out tomorrow night as they travel to Illinois for a road game against a team that is kind of resurgent here of late. If Indiana is a great example to see. Have they been able to turn things around because they had not been playing well, but yet against a kind of a shorthanded Wisconsin team, but they dominated them defensively.
They did
from start to finish, and which is what they have not been doing. And if they do that and do that as successfully as they did against Wisconsin, they're going to continue to win games. That had been missing. That moxie that had just been missing, and Jordan Geronimo stepping up and being that third guy. I keep saying this, but there has to be someone besides Trey Saxon Davis and besides Jalen Hood-Schifino for Indiana to win games. Those guys are going to be there, but they can't win them with just those two guys. And so having Jordan Geronimo step up, but it's every game it's going to either have to be Jordan or Tamar Bates or Trey Galloway along the way.
Yeah, I thought the defense they played the other day against Wisconsin, that was the best I've seen them defensively since the North Carolina game. But they got to bring it every game, and I don't trust them. I just don't trust them to bring it like that every game. And this game Thursday at Illinois is going to be very telling. I always want to know how they handle success, and in the past they haven't handled it real well. So we'll see. But yeah, Illinois will be a good test.
Well, I think it's going to be this is going to be the 3-game stretch that we find out a lot about Indiana, because you have to go on the road against Illinois. You have to play at home against Michigan State, who's near the top of the Big Ten. Then you go on the road against right now the worst team in the Big Ten, and that's Minnesota. And we talked about this yesterday too, the razor-thin margin of error in the Big Ten. If they win 2 out of those 3, 4-5, and after a 1-4 start in the Big Ten, you think maybe things are starting to look up a little bit. Maybe this team's coming together. Maybe they're starting to gel a little bit. But if you lose 2 of those 3, then you're 3-6, and suddenly you're thinking about the NCAA tournament as, are we a bubble team? And it's just that's why I think I don't want to label anything as a must-win just yet, but I just think that this might be the most pivotal 3-game stretch we have for Indiana this season.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And I liked what I saw of Michigan State. I watched the game against Purdue. I think they're, pretty typical Michigan State Tom Izzo team, and they'll be better in March than they are now. But you better get them while you can. Minnesota is pretty dreadful. So yeah, this is a big This is a key point in the season for them because, look, I mean, it's only Mike Woodson's second year. People are like, is he the right guy? I don't know. I don't know if he's the right guy. I mean, I'm not crazy about the way they run their offense. That said, they're pretty limited in what they can do. It's basically get it to Trace and get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know really what the actual offense system is. I mean, get it to Trace, and then if that doesn't work, come back to Jalen Hood-Schifino and see if he can create. Right. Seems to be the offense thus far. So we'll see. They've got to go forward, and playing on the road is a tough challenge. Playing in a place like Illinois is going to be a tough challenge because Indiana usually gets everyone's best game, and so the spaceship, as Chronic Hoosier calls it, which it does look like a spaceship sitting out in the middle of a cornfield. It does. If you've ever been there,
I've been there.
Yeah, so we'll find out as the Hoosiers travel to take on the Illini.
By the way, I want to announce that I will be interviewing for the Colts head coaching job.
Nice.
Are you on the list?
Tomorrow, yes. I think I'm right after Mina Kimes.
Is Jim Irsay going to put out a tweet about you and how the interview went, as he's done so frequently?
Yeah, I think we can expect that.
Okay, good.
We've completed our interview with Bob Kravitz. Yes.
With the arm, you got to get the arm flex emoji in there.
Oh yeah. Jim likes his emojis.